This has been a great rivalry. They played the season opener 17 years in a row. But, CC, lately Springville has had the upper hand against Dixie High.
Yeah, no, I think that this is one of those games where Dixie really not just wants to prove it to themselves, but I think to the community, right? If you're going to continue to book this game and you're going to continue to have this rivalry build, you got to start getting some wins back, or else it's not becoming much a rivalry. So, yes, the favor's been in Springville these past 6 years. What does Dixie have in store for tonight? I think the Flyers are going to be able to give them a nice run for their money.
All right, let's get it going. Let's take a look at the keys to the game. The keys to the game tonight are brought to you by our friends at Everbowl. Everbowl, acai bowls, smoothies, packed with superfoods to fuel your day. Proudly serving our St. George community. Everbowl, where St. George gets its superfood fix. We've got lots to talk about here. Let's start with Dixie and CC. They got to stop the run. They got to take away what Springville does the best. And I know that their stud running back last year that had 180 yards and 5 touchdowns, Valetti, he's off to play for Bronco Mendenhall at New Mexico, but they still want to run the football. And, you know, Dixie's going to have to get off the field on third downs, and they're going to have to match this physicality of Springville.
Yeah, and I was looking at this roster, and I was watching some of the film this week, Devin. Springville, they might have graduated some guys, but they still have some depth. They're going to have some size coming up, and they're going to be able to play in the trenches. And like you said, last year they were able to have their way on the ground. I think they're probably going to want to try to attack that same method, but it'll be a little bit different this season as Dixie's got some bigger boys up front. You can kind of see them here set to line up. It looks like they got our guy Isa Lopati up there on that front line. Let me double check and make sure.
Yeah, obviously coin toss moments ago brought to you by the City of St. George Recreation Department. Your journey for kids sports career starts at sgcityrec.org. They got a new PA system. We don't need a crowd mic. Roger Christensen, the PA announcer at Dixie, he's getting the Flyer fans heated up here as we are going to kick it off. The Flyers will receive, and we are underway. Let's play some football on a Friday night. Region 9's Flyers will take it from the 10. Rand Sawyer to the 20, to the 30. Rand Sawyer has a head of steam out to the 40, and Rand Sawyer is going to set up shop with the Flyers offense led by Wyatt Truman. Excellent return, 31-yard return, and great field position for the blue-jerseyed Flyers with the white numbers. Red Devils wearing the all-white with the red trim, red helmets tonight.
Yeah, I think that was a nice return there by Rand. Let's see as he's going to be able, as he's playing in the backfield now, probably quicker to get him the ball. You don't have to worry about doing as risky passes. Just want to get the ball to your playmakers, and that's what they're going to do by moving number 2 in the backfield.
Here we go. Wyatt Truman, senior quarterback. Didn't start every game last year, but got a lot of experience. Handoff to Sawyer. Sawyer runs left, and Rand Sawyer will pick up a yard, maybe a yard and a half, and that was it. Good defense there by the Red Devils. Their coach Valetti in his 3rd season. What a record he has enjoyed here at the helm for Springville. And this is a team that picked 2nd in their classification, in their division, their region. Only behind Tempview, who won in dramatic come-from-behind action last night against Skyridge, and picked 2nd right in front of the Orem Tigers, who were predicted to finish 3rd. Sawyer again, straight lead up the middle, and again, great defensive line penetration right up the middle. Big number 68 making that tackle on Rand Sawyer.
Yeah, the left side's going to want to get a little bit more of a push there as Rand kind of ran right into his own offensive lineman, getting blown up into the backfield there.
Correction, 66. Peyton Messiner was in on that stop for the Red Devils. Flyers go 3 wide outs, twins to the far side of the field. Glad you're with us on the fansportsnetwork.com, the Fan Sports Network, St. George and Cedar City. It's our Boulevard home game of the week. They'll fake the fly sweep. They'll roll Truman out. He's got some room, but he's going to throw last second, and they move the chains. That is a huge, Fabulous Freddy's first down, a pickup of 9 across midfield.
And that's a hard completion to make, Devin. You got to have strong hands because you know you have that linebacker corner draped on your back hip. As you take that out break, he's able to grab the ball, bring it in, complete it down to the ground. That's a good catch there for the first.
Flyers will go huddle up. You look at some other Everbull keys to the game, and they definitely want to run, but they want the quick passing game to move the chains, and they got to shorten this game and sustain drives, which they did right there on that huge third down conversion. Now back to Rand Sawyer. He gets the edge down to the 35-yard line, knocked out of bounds. That'll be another 16-yard pickup, the longest play of the game from scrimmage for Dixie High.
And really well blocked up. I'm not sure if we have that replay there, but if you look on the left-hand side, you just see it seems like everybody was able to get out into space. As you see here, you have 3 linemen able to get up. Rand just sees the edge, gets a right angle, and look at that receiver able to lay a nice block. That was number 15, Nathan Forsyth there.
Here comes Truman breaking the huddle. Again, Junior Coughlin transferred in the offseason, and he now playing for Skyridge. But Junior had a touchdown reception last night, almost had a punt return for a touchdown, and they'll run it again right up the middle. Ball carrier Dane Dobler. He's just a sophomore, 5'8". Kind of that change of pace back. And Flyers will get a yard, and that's it. Hot temperatures again. Brand new field turf. I was walking down the field earlier. It is soft. This new technology with the turf is phenomenal.
And it looks beautiful. I mean, you don't see a whole lot of black turf getting kicked up. You don't see a bunch of beads and stuff hanging out on the side of the track. It looks great. And I'll tell you what, Coach Munkers was talking about how he brings Springville, come down here, experience some of this heat.
2nd down and 9 for Wyatt Truman. Man in motion. That is Bristol Woods. Truman sits in the pocket, flings it, and a little bit behind the intended receiver, Isaiah Johnson, the sophomore tight end. And that was there if he puts it on his hands, I think, CC.
Yeah, quick pass, and, that's one where you're trying to just get rid of the ball. 1, 2, 3, get rid of it. And unfortunately for him, just a little off the shoulder.
Tonight's game brought to you by Honolulu Grill, spreading aloha. It's all good, from their teriyaki chicken to their Kluo pork. 700 South, 700 East. Anytime's a good time for Honolulu Grill. Just a couple minutes into this game, 8:45 on the Nets on Fire clock. We'll be checking scores from around the state and the region tonight. Brought to you by The Rink, skatetherink.com. As always, our big score dessert is back for Region 9 football fans. If the Flyers score over 25 points, you can head to Yogurtland, and your first 5 ounces you pay for it. Second 5 ounces or more, absolutely free. You want to get 10 ounces? Second one still free with the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert. They're paying for it. Now a timeout or a flag. The clock was winding down.
I think they got them to jump there.
They might have jumped. You're right. Offsides is the initial signal, Connor. You're right.
Yeah, it looked like the right side of the defensive line was just a little bit too excited trying to tee off there on the snap, and that's what a good hard count will get you, right? You're able to get those guys who are really on the tip of their toes trying to tee off on the pass rush. You're able to get them to jump, and it gives you an easy yardage up. Now you're looking at a 3rd and 4th instead of a 3rd and 9.
Flyers now a little bit more manageable. Rand Sawyer in the pistol. They're going to give it to Rand. He's going to bounce it to the outside using that speed. Sawyer's going to have the first down. It looks like just needed 4, got about 7, and that's going to be another big first down, and they're knocking on the Red Rock Real Estate red zone.
Yeah, Case and Grover doing a really good job out there. That's 2 nice blocks. I think I might have called Case and earlier Nathan, both listed at the number 15 here, but that's Kaysen out there blocking it up, and that's twice now that Rand's been trying to get right behind him as he's trying to find an edge.
8:23 and ticking. Limping off the field, number 15, Kaysen Grover. He saw some varsity time last year for Coach Blaine Munkers. He's got a good staff. Coach Liebert, Coach Odette, Coach Rick Berry, the new defensive coordinator, won a state championship with the Flyers, then actually went over and won a state championship 2 years ago with Desert Hills, and now he's back here after a stint with Southern Virginia, and that play gets blown up. Number 92 just absolutely unloads on the ball carry. Sione Moala, 5'11", 230-pound defensive lineman, says, hello, that's a dealer collision big hit.
Yeah, Aiden Ellis is going to come over to the sideline and take a breather there. That one you could see just kind of crunched in right on his head. He tries to get back upfield and just not going anywhere, and that's nasty.
Probably there wasn't anything malicious or intentional, but but they're trying to really continue to make a point of emphasis on no helmet-to-helmet contact. But no flags, and we play on. That's always such a tough call. It happens live so quickly. Truman's going to sit in the pocket. Second down, and that ball is batted down, and it'll be incomplete. That was a forward pass, and it'll be 3rd and 13 for the Flyers. So another big key third down on this opening drive for Dixie High.
Yeah, we're seeing already here, right? Springville's defensive line teeing off, and I think that's kind of why Coach tried to get them with the hard count. These guys are ready to go. They're getting in the backfield, and they're causing pressure. And right now, Wyatt Truman is a little concerned, I must say.
Didn't get a lot of time to talk about Down East, our pregame sponsor, but appreciate Down East. You can save 30% on all home products across the state for a limited time. And Down East going back to their roots, save big on quality products. Down East outlets. Third down, Truman. Going to take a shot into the end zone. Fade route. Sawyer. Wheel route. Caught it. Touchdown, Dixie. What a catch by Rance Sawyer. That is a huge diving catch in the end zone. 3 yards deep. That is a 24-yard touchdown pass, and Dixie scores first. Let's take another look.
Yeah, just look right here. Rand able to beat him out on the left side on the fade route, and just a beautiful ball thrown by Truman. He's able to bring that into the ground.
Was that a better catch or a better throw? They were both tremendous. Dixie strikes first.
What a catch there by Rand as he sees himself going to the ground, and that's kind of that ability you get, right? We know he played wide receiver last year, so it's not a foreign idea for him catching the football, but seeing him come out the backfield, line up wide, and just run a beautiful fade route down the left sideline, I think that's what you want to see if you were Coach Munkers in your first drive.
Extra point is up and good, brought to you by Best Friends Animal Sanctuary. Every animal deserves a loving home. Come take a tour in Kanab. Great for a weekend getaway and take home your new best friend, or learn more at bestfriends.org. All right, we'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back. Flyers lead it after the PAT actually is no good, so 6-0 on our Wilkinson scoreboard.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media. From our award-winning radio stations like 99.9 Coney Country to Southern Utah's #1 source for local news, St. George News, Canyon Media, here for you.
Back here live at Dixie High School. Springville offense will be on the field for the first time, and they'll start this drive from inside their own territory, right about the 26-yard line. We didn't know who would get the start tonight. We thought maybe it would be Valetti, Siate Valetti, or we thought it would be Easton Levitt, number 10. And it looks like it is going to be
They're the ones that gave you the videos.
a flag flying down, but Levitt is back there, and I believe number 10. And we heard maybe both guys would get a chance to play for Springville. A lot of teams will, you know, if you had a quarterback battle through fall camp, you want to see who's got the moxie, who can get it done. We've heard a little bit about Levitt. He's a senior, maybe the better passer. Valetti, the junior, maybe the better running type quarterback.
Yeah, and you know, that bodes well when you run these 2 quarterback system in high school. Yeah, you might want to find your guy, but in high school, I think you can get a little bit away with having somebody who's just a better athlete.
Here we go. Red Devils off the left side, complete. Outside across the hashes to the 30, 34, and the 35. It's going to be a yard shy of a first down, 9-yard gain.
Yeah, 2 missed tackles by the Flyers there. Had a chance to kind of keep that to a short gain, as you see here. You have number 2, Jess, coming off there, Rance Sawyer, and then he's going to be able to break away.
Rance Sawyer's got to wrap up, doesn't he?
And we know that was something we talk about in the offseason, right? This is a kid who plays with so much emotion, Devin, that sometimes instead of telling a kid to dial it up, you got to tell him to dial it down. And, you know, you want to have your arms wrapped, you want to have your head up and see where you're going to hit.
Drake Peterson was the guy that caught that pass from Easton Levitt. Levitt's going to throw. Double move. Out and up. Has a step, but it's underthrown back shoulder. And a nice adjustment. Jack Pickering comes back, makes the catch inside Flyer territory at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I think that was Matt Davidson in coverage there, and he just never quite saw that ball coming. And a nice back shoulder adjustment. Like you said, the ball was underthrown, but able to come back and grab the football there was Jack Pickering.
You're right, it was Jack Thompson. And that was bobbling around. Maybe he thought he could knock it loose, but great hands by Pickering. Jack Pickering, 6 foot, 175-pound senior wide receiver. 1st and 10 for the Red Devils here in our Boulevard home game of the week on the Fan Sports Network and streaming statewide on the fansportsnetwork.com as well as KSL.com. Pitch it to the left side. Following some blockers. Patient running. Going to pick up about 5 down to the 40-yard line. And that's a really, really good job of staying patient as a running back. Sometimes you want to break that off, but he's kind of continued to mosey for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, the idea there is just try to get your guys out into space, and that's kind of why you saw the right side of the offensive line just get flooded. Essentially, you weren't worried about blocking those guys when you're throwing the ball the other way. So just a nice pitch out into space and able to get a good pickup on first down.
Max Harris with that last run. He's side called to the left out of the shotgun for Easton Levitt. Levitt tall, 6'4", handoff Harris again. Max Harris going to push right near the sticks, and he got enough for the first down inside the 35 of Dixie.
Really well executed trap here, Devin, as they just try to go right up the middle, and you see they leave the tackle to shoot right down, and that defensive tackle just gets blasted right in the face there, and that opens up that A gap. Lapati able to hold on and make sure that wasn't an even larger game.
Tonight's game brought to you by our friends at House of Jump. Perfect for your next birthday party or get together or just want to go out this week and have some fun. houseofjump.com, 415 South Dixie Drive. 4:51 to go, first quarter. Flyers leading 6-0. Another run by Max Harris. Harris bulldozing, pushing, and driving down near the red zone. And that's going to be another Springville first down. And again, we talked about it in the keys to the game. Got to stop what Springville does best, and that's the run. And right now, they got Dixie on their heels a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, in 3 plays in a row, Devin, we've seen 3 different type of runs. They started this drive off with a toss to the outside. Then they come right back with a counter down the middle, just picking their way down the field.
And Scales Finau got a great block, number 27. Finau got that seal that allowed him to really get running north and south. 1st and 10. Ball on the 20. Handoff fake to Finau. They're going to roll out, throw, and that's going to be caught. Valetti hits his man, and in diving near the pylon, did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Tua Nafua is in for the score, and that was the other quarterback there, Lasati Valetti, the 5'7", 180-pound junior that throws the touchdown pass.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Coach Valetti's happy to see that there. As you look out on the play-action rollout, Devin, I told you 3 plays in a row, they run it down your throat. So what do you expect on the 4th one? Maybe another run. That's where they get you. On first down, they run the rollout, and wide open is the tight end to get into the end zone.
Now, Fahu, 6 foot, 215-pound tight end.
And that kick is going to be up and good. That's going to give Springville the 1-point lead. 4 minutes and 8 seconds here in the first quarter, Devin. We got a 1-point game.
All right, we're going to take a break. Red Devils, Flyers locked in a good one. Both teams score on their opening possession. Stay with us here on the Fan Sports Network.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the quarter field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Got a Region 9 update brought to you by The Rink. Up in Morgan, they blocked a punt, and they've got a 6-0 lead over the defending state champ, Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. We'll keep you posted on that. Fair catch called for by the Flyers, and they'll get possession number 2, now trailing 7-6. Those early season special teams, those can loom large in games like this. We've seen some shootouts over the years. Last year, though, 34-7, Springville beating Dixie.
Yeah, you talk about how important special teams are. I mean, this is it now, right? You got 1-point game going in halfway through the first quarter, and of course, there's still a lot of game left to play, but if this comes down to a 1-point possession, you're really going to be kicking yourselves about that PAT.
Wyatt Truman out of the shotgun. Got Ochoa split out to the twin side with Anzalone, and they'll throw the other side to the single receiver side, and that's a pitch and a catch caught by Cason Grover. And Grover will pick up about 5 yards, and it'll be second down.
Like what I've seen out of Grover so far in this first quarter. A couple nice blocks out on the edge, got a little banged up, came back in and got a nice catch.
Tackle by number 6, Pickering.
Pickering with the tackle. 3:42 left on the Nets on Fire clock here in quarter number 1. Springville touchdown, 20 yards, and the extra point has given them the 7-6 lead. Rand Sawyer diving catch in the end zone. Oh, and Rand Sawyer hit, and ball pops loose, and the Red Devils have recovered at about the 22-23-yard line, and that is a turnover by Dixie, and Springville is going to try to capitalize with excellent field position.
Yeah, just brutal here for a guy like Rand Sawyer, who was trying to just make something happen, jump over a player or two, and seeing if we can get the replay up here, but it just looks like Rand wasn't able to make a guy miss, and he gets lit up.
He's kind of carrying the right hand, right? You want to see when you're going to the left boundary, that ball maybe switch over to that left hand.
And that was one of those plays where, you know, realistically it was blown up in the backfield. Yeah, I know you want to make a guy miss it. He does jump over one guy, to be fair. It's just...
Did it look like maybe just the sweaty arms slipped that ball out? It didn't look like it was hit hard, like helmet on ball to me.
Just, I think, right placement. Helmet to the ball, and that's going to pop it out almost every time. But now they really got their backs up as your defense just got drove down the field.
Back to
they got to get a stop.
And Max Harris drops it, picks it back up, and he's going to have a big run. Flag flies in late at the 25-yard line. It appears to be about a 7-yard pickup, but we await the penalty flag by our officiating crew here tonight.
I imagine with the flag in this area, they're probably going to be giving the holding to the offensive line and backing them up. Let's see what the officials have.
Springville fans were smart. See, there's about 50 umbrellas in the visiting stands. That sun is just beaten down. But they're prepared. They've been to St. George's Dixie before. They know it's still hot mid-August.
They've been making this run here.
See if we can pick up what happened here on the penalty flag. Is this one's coming back a hold or a block in the back somewhere along the lines?
Maybe it looked like a little grab on the shoulder pad by 66. Hard to tell. Ticky-tacky foul, but whenever you get your hands outside, the refs are going to call that. So now that's going to set up the 1st and 15.
Double pass, maybe. That's a backward pass. So this is a run by Max Harris. That was clearly thrown backwards, but the Flyers stuff it for just a gain of a couple. Now, one of the points of emphasis this year is the line of scrimmage, Connor. We were talking with Gene Van Orden. He's the head of the Red Rock officials down here in Southern Utah. Works closely with, the state level, UHSAA, Jeff Clough, who oversees all the officials statewide. They're not allowing those left tackles to get that extra yard cushion now. And if I've kind of been watching, you're seeing a lot straighter line along the line of scrimmage with that point of emphasis.
Yeah, and, I'm sure the person who's probably stressed out the most about this is the right tackle over there for Springville, as they're got to deal with Isolapati all game, trying not to tee off against him. As there's a fumble, Devin.
And Lapati is bearing down, but he can't get there first because his teammate Anzalone beat him there. Tano Anzalone with the sack after that was mishandled in the backfield.
What a beautiful blitz right there, and that's what we're talking about. You have the snap fumble, and instead of making something happen, 3 guys in the backfield able to create an even bigger deficit. Now you're setting up 3rd and 30. I mean, getting ready to...
Valetti had nothing to do. Once he picked it up, secured it, he was tackled immediately, and that's a loss all the way back to the 46-yard line. So it is 3rd down and 18, 19. Let's see. No, it's 3rd and 27.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost 30 yards out there.
And there's a quick hitch route complete, big cushion, and they'll take him down inside the 35-yard line. They'll finally mark him out of bounds about the 33. Nice pickup of about 12, but 4th down, and you're kind of in no man's land. This would be an over 50-yard field goal attempt, or maybe 48, 49, which is probably too far at the high school level.
Looks like Coach keeping the offense out on the field. I wonder if Springville elects to run here, knowing the success they've had. Maybe try to catch Dixie off guard, and if not, elect to get better field position.
Minute left here in quarter number 1. Springville leads on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard 7-6. With 4th down here, they're going to run a quarterback keeper right up the middle. Valetti's going to get some good yardage, but not enough for the 1st down, and Dixie will take over after the turnover on downs.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking there, right, is instead of going for the field goal and then missing, and now they get the ball back on their own 40, try to get a run down the middle, just get some space. If you get the 1st down, great, you continue the drive, but if you don't get the 1st down, at least you're not backed up halfway down the field.
Flyers will huddle back up, and they're ready to go. Big stop there, and the key play, obviously, that mishandled snap, and then Anzalone got in there for that big loss.
Which is really lucky considering Rand Sawyer's fumble just before.
Yeah, I mean, they lost about 26 yards on that series. And then got most of it back, but not enough to get the 1st down. And a run right up the middle by who else? Rand Sawyer. And he was more of a receiver. They did use him in the jet sweep action last year, Connor, but now they moved him to the traditional 2-back. And he can run the ball hard and with reckless abandon. And then we saw him still slip out of the backfield and run that wheel route for that touchdown on that scoring drive previously by Dixie High School.
See here what Wyatt Truman has as you're now going 2nd and long, medium. And they're going to roll out right.
And completion at the sticks on a little yak yardage for Anzalone. Tano, a kid that plays both sides of the ball, an electric guy, junior. I was watching him in practice earlier this week, and he runs great routes, good technique, good footwork. This time he just finds a hole, sits down in it.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at the nice rollout by Wyatt Truman. He squares his shoulders up, looks back, and finds Tano, and he's just able to make a couple guys miss and pick up some extra yardage.
That'll do it for the 1st quarter. Springville leads 7-6 on the Wilkinson scoreboard here inside our opening night of Region 9 football in the great state of Utah. Quick timeout. We'll be back for quarter number 2. Red Devils up by 1 point, 7-6.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture, your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed, and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Hey, welcome back to Dixie High School. Devin Dixon, Connor Collins. Start at quarter number 2. Flyers 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Fake it one way, hand it the other way. And here comes Rand Sawyer. Breaks the tackle, and he'll take it across the 45 down near the 42-yard line. And that's a 14-yard gain. And another Fabulous Freddy's 1st down. Do have a couple of updates brought to you by the Rink. And it is Manti that takes the early lead over Pineview by a score of 7-0. Of course, the Panthers playing the Temple Templars, and the Templars, they were in that state championship in 3A last year, but lost to Richfield. Cedar is out in Richfield, and Richfield is up 7-6. So some other scores coming in from around the state on the opening night of high school football.
Nice run by Ram, but he's going to come off to the sideline here. Looks like he might be dealing with some cramping in the lower body or so. Some of his teammates taking care of him, but the offense still has a task at hand.
Here comes Truman, dumps it underneath the Tano Anzalone. He's going to make a man miss. The ball, something popped out, maybe a mouthpiece or something. Took a big hit from a Red Devil defender. Now, his flag's down on the field. Appears to be a short gain on the play, and we'll wait for our officials here tonight.
Yeah, we're checking out. He ran on the sideline. Looks like the athletic trainer coming over and taking a look. Hopefully nothing too serious. Hopefully it's just cramps. Is big focal point for the Dixie offense. Looks like he's going to get up and get ready to hop back in here. I'm sure that's good news for Coach Munkers. And just like that, there he is, subbing in.
Yeah, just needed a quick break. Again, it is hot out there right now. And Rand's a guy that you're going to try to get a breather because he's going both ways.
Yeah, these are these type of kids, you know. But what you were telling me every morning, right? Get that Prime IV drip so you're not cramping up out here, man. It's crazy. Did you ever have to drink pickle juice when you were playing? Or did you ever have to do the electrolyte bit? Anything like that to avoid cramps when you were playing Double D? Or did it not get hot enough out there in Washington?
Yeah, I mean, you would see it occasionally, but no, it was not as hot. And we also started a little bit later the high school football season in the state of Washington. The state championships were always like that first or second weekend of December, where here in Utah, the state championships are always crowned before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's interesting.
10:44 to go. Springville up 7-6. Glad you're with us on the Fan Sports Network. You're looking for some other games, you can go to our website, thefansportsnetwork.com. We got a bunch of links to watch other games. And pocket collapsing, and they're going to get to Wyatt Truman coming in. Peyton Messinar, 6 foot, D tackle, 280 pounds. Once he got his hands on Truman, Truman goes down.
Yeah, initially it looked like Dixie had a good block up on that play, but just not quite able to get there as the coverage forces Truman to climb into the pocket, runs right into a couple oncoming defensive tackles.
Another rink update. Mountain Crest leading Hurricane 14-7 over in Hurricane. No score, Snow Canyon and Stansbury. I'm hearing Archie Therafall got hurt on the second play of the game. He's one of their two-way stars, so that's not good news for Snow Canyon. Roll out, dump off pass to Sawyer. Little wiggle, cut back, runs north-south and gets hit and dropped. Flags fly in again. Tackle made by number 8. Now Fahu. 215-pound guy. He's going both ways, too, tight end and D end.
Yeah, I don't know if that was... The flag might save Dixie here on this one, Devin, but to be honest, that looked like they might have bounced out. We watched the replay here.
It's a block in the back on 10, maybe right there.
Yeah, there's the block in the back, but I guess as Rand's trying to reach, they're going to say is the ground causing the fumble there.
Yeah, they're going to say Isaiah Johnson there with that little hands to the back. And you just need to kind of shield. When you extend the arms, you're going to get caught kind of in open space right there. Not one, but 2 flags. 2 officials saw that block in the back. And that'll back the Flyers up. And they will accept the penalty. Just early moments here, second quarter, 9:44 on the Nets on Fire clock. I want to thank some of our great sponsors. We'll be picking a Findlay Subaru star of the game. And, of course, see the all-star lineup of Subarus on the saving side of the freeway or online, FindlaySubaru.com. Excited to have Sport Court of Southern Utah joining us as a sponsor this year. Get the home court advantage. Turn your backyard into year-round family fun with multi-purpose pickleball, basketball courts. Go to sportcourtofsouthernutah.com. Visit their showroom on Old Highway 91 or give them a call for a quote, 435-586-1282. Second down and about 22 from the Flyers' own 46. Straight give. This is to the sophomore, and he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage and then nowhere to go for Dane Dobler.
Yeah, good job again by this defensive line up front for Springville. As not only are they able to apply pressure, but they're doing a good job at just being honestly more physical up front. They are pushing that offensive line for the Flyers back, and it's making it hard for any of the running backs to get any room outside of just kind of a quick burst.
8:44 and ticking. Excited to have a halftimes this year brought to you by Great Harvest Bread Company. Oh, I love waking up with their granola or one of their breakfast sandwiches. Of course, their cinnamon rolls. They got a raspberry cream scone that is absolutely fantastic. 2 Southern Utah locations. Great Harvest Bread Company. Fake the give. Truman looking deep, taking a shot. Double coverage and intercepted. Trying to hit the double move to Kason Grover. And it was, it was 3rd and 21 anyway, so you're kind of taking a shot there. It works like a short punt, but Truman's first interception, and now 2 first-half turnovers for Dixie, Connor.
Yeah, really well blocked up. Probably a pass that Truman shouldn't have tried to make there. Just double coverage, right? And didn't even get put enough under that ball.
Interception by number 99. Wasn't that Reed Dede? And Dede, he comes from a very athletic family. His sister is one heck of an elite wrestler, believe it or not. And I know a little bit and heard a little bit about that Dede family. They are very, very talented. And we saw his athleticism wearing number 99, making plays like that. Easton Levick in a handoff. And here comes number 20 with the ball, Max Harris, and he'll pick up a couple, weaving his way off the right hash for a gain of 2.
Yeah, going back to that offensive drive there, I think maybe there was a miscommunication. I'm not sure if Wyatt Truman thought the wide receiver out there, and I think that was Kason Grover who was trying to come back in. Just never quite saw the inside fade, and unfortunately, like you said, Devin, 2 turnovers now for this Dixie offense. It's set them up, quite honestly, in some tough situations.
Yes, Springville has just a 7-6 lead here. 7:38 to go, quarter number 2. Harris again to hit from the backside. He's going to drag the would-be pile, so to speak, for about a pickup of 7 or 8. That's going to be right at the sticks, just shy. Are they going to give it, though? They're going to give him a Fabulous Freddy's first down. They say just enough to move the chains.
Springville just being physical up front in this run game is working for them as they've found multiple ways to attack, just being patient, following their blocks.
Tackle made there, and he looked like he was a little bit nicked up, and that was number 46, I believe. Was it 49? I couldn't tell.
46.
46. For the Flyers. And now a flag flies in from the side judge on the Dixie sideline. And here comes our official, our head referee with the white hat, and it's a sideline warning.
I'm trying to check both our rosters. I don't see a 46 listed on either one, and we both have 2 different rosters.
This is the first week of the season.
Everybody's still checking their jersey numbers, which ones they like. I do see Carson Young is unlisted. I'm not sure if
they're going to drop back, throw. It's going to be a slant route, complete. Maybe even a skinny post out across the 45. That's going to be a pickup of 12, and that'll be a Fabulous Freddy's Springville first down.
Yeah, and just a good job playing a little bit of pitch and catch. Take your 3 steps, drop, get rid of that as the pressure was coming down the middle, and a nice way to hold on to the ball as you're getting hit by Tano.
.6:45 and ticking. Neither team's going hurry up in this heat, right? Both teams have tried to, sustain drives and ball control a little bit here. Red Devils again leading by 1. New set of downs. Run to Ellis. Ellis tackled by Lapati. And it'll be a pickup of about 2, maybe 3, as he just shy of midfield.
Yeah, I think I've already seen Lapati in on about 4 or 5 tackles so far in this first half. As, again, this is a very physical Springville team as they're just going to run the ball down at your throat. You're going to need guys to come up, put your head into it, and make some big hits.
Canyon View is up 7-0. They're playing Mountain View tonight. Got a lot of scores going on. Morgan has scored again. They're up 13-0 on Crimson Cliffs right now, Connor.
Crimson Cliffs want to keep an eye on that. And again, we're talking about a team that's replacing a lot of starters, not just seniors, but starters as well. So hoping this team can find a little bit of a groove before the night's over.
Other scores coming in, and we'll get you them in a minute. But we got another stoppage here, and it's officials timeout. Belletti's going to go off the field, and also number 52 for the Red Devils is going to be asked to go out. That's Fafita.
I say it's third down.
I don't know if maybe he had an equipment malfunction or what, but it's 3rd and 1 here. Springville in Flyer territory at the 44. They got to get it to the 43, so 3rd and a yard, and that's it.
Yeah, I would expect the power down the middle here as it's been working so well for them so far tonight. See what Springville has on 3rd and short. Jumbo package in.
Out of the gun. Fake it. They're going to run a little throwback. Screen pass, and oh no, Levitt overshot Max Harris, who was open. And I think that was a play that you're rolling the dice on, trying to get a big play, and now you'll just go for it here.
If this ball gets caught,
you got linemen downfield.
He's got room to run and just right over his head. That's a tough break.
I think there was 2 illegal linemen downfield on the play.
Yeah, and you know that quarterback's going to be reeling to get that back. It almost looked like for a second we kind of saw a false start, but again, 10's down. Here you go again, short yardage, not trusting the field goal unit. See if you're able to convert. I would think, Devin, they didn't show it last time. They got too pretty. I'm guessing here they go for the power run down the middle.
Guarantee you, they're going to try to go power this one right up the middle. Belletti got a first down and got more. Maybe a touchdown. If he can break a tackle, he does. Down to the 25 and near the 22. That was a huge 21-yard gain on 4th and 1.
Yeah, and that's that good old high school quarterback blast, right? Quarterback takes the direct snap, lowers the head and shoulder, and just everybody kind of convening in the middle. Nobody touches him until he gets to about the 30-yard line.
Huge play by Belletti. Saw him throw the touchdown on the only score so far tonight for the Red Devils. Now we see him come up big out of that wildcat, if you will, from the quarterback position. He'll stay in the game at QB. 1st and 10 from the 22. Run it off left tackle. And a good push and a pickup of 4, maybe 5, depending on the spot over there. Looks like down about the 17-yard line.
Starting to inch closer now into that red zone. Sitting on that, like you said, 19-yard line. And this is where Dixie wants to have the red alert on.
7-6, Springville with the lead, looking for more. This is their 3rd possession of the game. Scored a touchdown on a 75-yard drive on their opening drive. Turned it over on downs after they recovered a fumble. And now this drive, it's got the makings of a good one as they're into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. Valletti's going to throw. Going up top, outside, caught inside the 10, makes a move, cut back at the 5, diving near the goal line, and he is going to be stopped just shy down at the 1-yard line.
Oh, and you almost had it there as Dixie was able to get a little bit of pressure, but Valletti able to get rid of the ball just in time. Watch here on the replay as he's about to get lit up. Just able to get rid of the ball for a nice completion and almost a touchdown. Going to be down on the 1.
Dixie will have to dig in. Still 3:25 to go. This second quarter is flying by, Connor.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to get when you go against a team like Springville, right? They're going to control that time of possession.
1st and goal, it's Levitt, Easton Levitt back at the quarterback now. He'll put Feen out to the left. He drops it, quick pitches it, and Harris hit in the backfield, and he's going to be driven back and taken down. And a huge loss by the Flyer defense back near the 12-yard line, I think is where they'll spot it.
Yeah, and just the fumble of the snap kind of set everything up for failure there for Springville. Good job by the Flyers to corral that play. It looked like for a second he was going to be able to break out, able to hold on and get the tackle for loss. As we get here, Springville approaching now closely, sitting on the 11-yard line. Good opportunity for Dixie here to try to get a stop. Still 2nd down.
I feel bad because that's the second great play and tackle by number 46 for Dixie, and he's not even listed in the roster, the official roster. I just checked with Roger Christensen, great longtime PA announcer. He doesn't have him in his roster either, so we're not alone. It's the first week of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody maybe forgot to type him in. And a run and a bruising run all the way down near the goal line. Touchdown, Springville. That's going to be an 11-yard touchdown by Max Harris.
Oh, just a nice physical run right down the middle of the defense and rewarded with the touchdown. As you can see, shrugs off a couple would-be tacklers. Go low, not rapping. Not going to be able to bring that guy down.
Well, I think Seth Morby's outweighed and outmatched there. That was probably the only way he thought he could stop him was cut down the tree. Here comes the Best Friends extra point. You could bring home your new best friends. Check out their sanctuary, Kanab, Utah, or online bestfriends.org/sanctuary.
I'm going to go ahead and cover up the weight here, Devin. You tell me what you think Max Harris weighs at running back.
225?
I think you're really close. He's weighing in the plus 200s, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
This is a power back in high school that, to be all honest, he has not had any issue breaking contact.
They only list him at 200. We just checked it, but he looks bigger, doesn't he? And they'll go for two and get it. Valetti scampers in virtually untouched. All right, so Springville gets a big gamble there and gets it to 15-6, 9-point lead when we come back to Dixie High School. Great drive capped off with the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is...
Everybody's having a good time. Thanks for locking us in and loading us up here on the Fan Sports Network, on radio, and on the live stream tonight, as well as our viewers on KSLSports.com statewide. And the return going to be a nice open field tackle there by the Red Devils. Damian Tupou, 5'9", 145-pounder. And that was a nice tackle as he cut the legs out of Trazen Haverone. And now Wyatt Truman and the Flyers, Connor, they're down 2 scores, 2 possessions here, and they'll set up shop at their own 22.
And to be fair, Devin, they're lucky it's not more because they had the good stop where they fumbled the ball in their own red zone. So if I'm Dixie right now, I really, really need to get something going on offense or else this game could get out of hand quick. As you can tell, Springville's not going to give up time of possession anytime soon, so you're going to have to score fast or they're just going to run that clock out.
4-man rush. Truman hanging in the pocket, has his man complete across the 30. And that'll be really close to a first down. Nice job there sitting in the pocket by Dante Ochoa, just a sophomore.
And we're going to see now if Dixie keeps that sense of urgency. Looks like they're trying to do a little bit more no-huddle action.
Yeah, only a minute 37 left on the Nets on Fire clock here in the first half. 15-6. The Red Devils lead the Flyers. 2nd down and 1. They did mark him short. And now Springville will take a timeout to slow Dixie down. And we'll step aside. Just a 30-second timeout, and we'll be right back. Final moments of the second quarter.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit HolbrookAsphalt.com to discover more.
Hello, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
Back here at Dixie High School, Devin Dixon, Connor Collins, reminding you tonight's game is brought to you by our friends at Scooters Coffee, our stat sponsor. The big stat so far in my mind, Scooters Coffee and Hurricane, 2 Dixie turnovers, a fumble and an interception. And the Flyers, though, can try to get closer here. Final seconds, they're going to take a shot down the field. Rand Sawyer, and it's Didi again. Didi with his second interception, and now the Scooters Coffee stat on turnovers goes to 3. What a play by Didi.
Yeah, he's just out there playing a little bit of ball hawk. That's 2 interceptions in a row where I don't think Wyatt Truman ever quite saw him. You look here, he looks left. Rand has his guy beat, but Didi just able to come down and make a beautiful play onto the ball.
And you know what? I know you're trying to make a play, and it's the first week of the season, but now Springville's got a little clock and good field position, and 1:24 left in the first half, and they'll start at their own 40-yard line.
And not often you see a number 99 lining up at safety and then coming out on offense and lining up at tight end. I mean, really, something incredible what he's doing out here, Didi, that is.
I knew he came from a very athletic family, kind of a great backstory there with his sister in the wrestling, and I'm sure there are other athletes in the family, mom, dad, the whole Didi family. 2 big-time athletic interceptions, and now a run by Harris, weaving his way up the middle, and he's going to have a first down rumbling across midfield to the Dixie 49, and it's going to be a pickup of 11.
And with this high school clock, right, Devin, you don't have to worry too much about trying to call timeout, stop the clock. You just want to occasionally get up to the ball, be set, be ready to go once that clock starts ticking. Springville was not a huge sense of urgency, but understanding only just a little over a minute on the clock.
Out of the gun, Easton Levitt, the senior quarterback, going to run up the middle, throw right near the line of scrimmage. Has a man wide open. It's going to be to the 10-5 touchdown, Springville. And that was there for Jack Pickering. It's going to be a 49-yard pitch and catch for the score.
And just a broken coverage there by the Flyers. You can see it here on the replay. Just a man completely unaccounted for as Levitt climbs up into the pocket and nobody back there with Pickering.
What a turn of events. Flyers are trying to go no huddle, maybe inch closer. Instead, the interception, the 3rd turnover. And then just like that, the Red Devils strike. And Levitt has his first touchdown pass of the night. Best friends in can have the extra point. Low, did it get through? Yes, it did. It's up and it's good. So they don't go for 2 this time. And it's 22-6. And we'll step aside. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll come back for the remainder of the first half. Stay with us. Still ahead, the Great Harvest Halftime Show and more football on the season opening night in the state of Utah.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Athletes, now is the time to build explosive strength, power, speed, and agility when you join Intermountain Sports Performance through our Season of Speed Holiday Special. Call 435-251-2299 to instantly save $100 on our 8-week training program. Must purchase by December 31st.
We're jamming here at Dixie High School. August 16th, football is back. Unfortunately for the Flyers, the Red Devils trying to win their 8th straight game in this series, and they are off to a tremendous start here in the first half. Still a little bit of time, 52 seconds for the Flyers. Rand Sawyer on the return, hit and dropped. Somebody missed a blocker, and a nice open field special teams tackle by number 9, Stafford Small.
Yeah, 47 seconds left here in the half, Devin. I think maybe Dixie just decides to run the clock out, see if they can reset and attack this second half with a new mindset. I don't know if you really want to go out there and try to force the ball down the field and get another score, especially because Wyatt Truman has already had a couple messy turnovers already in this first half.
We got an update. Finally, Snow Canyon has scored, and they lead 3-0. Ammon Allred, who actually took 4th place in the Region 9 golf tournament at Coral Canyon yesterday, is giving the Warriors a 3-0 lead over Stansbury, but we're hearing Archie Therafal left that game early on the second play of the game with an apparent knee injury. That does not sound good for the Warriors' dual threat.
Yeah, that's a brutal loss there for Snow Canyon.
Run up the middle, and it's Dane Dobler, or is it Rand Sawyer? It's Dobler, number 23. So Coach Munker's being a little bit more conservative. It'll be 2nd down and 5 after a pickup of 5.
Yeah, like I was saying, I think you kind of might just want to reset here, go into the half and say, hey, you guys got beat in the first half, but it's time to come out here in the second half and show what you got.
Yeah, they're letting that clock tick down. Springville's not stopping it. So this could be, if they run it, the final play of the half. Down to 15 seconds. Flyers trailing 22-6. It was 7-6 for a long time into that second quarter. And then a couple of big plays by the Red Devils. They've opened it up a little bit. Another run, and the ball pops out, and it's recovered by the Flyers. And that'll do it for the first half. Did they say it was on the ground, or did they say, yeah, they recovered it, so no turnover there, but that'll do it for the end of the first half. CC, your thoughts? Red Devils mean business here tonight.
Yeah, I think Springville came down ready to play. Like I said, they're matching the physicality. In fact, I think they're bringing the physicality here tonight. And then just some sloppy play on offense for Dixie. And I don't want to sound like we're piling on Wyatt Truman, but I just think some bad decisions he was making there at quarterback. And as you can see, they got themselves now in quite a big hole.
All right, we're going to take a break at the half. Red Devils on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. They lead 22-6. We are going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll get you a first half recap. We'll also get you some highlights from the first half, and a little bit later in our Great Harvest Company halftime show, we'll be going back to the studio to Blake and David Cordero. So stick with us again. 22-16. Red Devils have the lead at the half on the Fan Sports Network.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102. Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit stgeorgeutahvacationrentals.com.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Stop in and see what's new at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, a proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Great Harvest Bread Company. Wake up to their delicious breakfasts and cinnamon rolls and scones, or grab a sandwich for lunch. They do catering, too, for your team events or luncheons. Great Harvest. Anytime's a good time. Devin Dixon, Connor Collins, hanging out with you here. 22-6 our score. And it was the Flyers, though, Connor, that really on their opening drive showed what this offense is capable of as they marched right down the field and ran Sawyer. Diving catch from Wyatt Truman for 24-yard score, and they took the early 6-0 lead.
Yeah, unfortunately, they never really looked back after that. I'm not sure what happened with Dixie, but they just started making some questionable decisions. I think there was the 2 interceptions by Didi where Wyatt Truman truly was just kind of putting it up. I don't think he necessarily knew where his guy was. I think he was just saying, hey, you know, Rand might be out there somewhere, and you just can't do that when you're trying to win a game like this.
As we're recapping some of the scoring here, we'll try to get you some highlights in case you joined us a little bit late on the live stream. Is both these teams have got some adjustments to make. It is the season opener. You look at after that Sawyer touchdown, which will be coming for you, Vallette. And we're back here live. And we're back here live. Apologize there. We lost our mic feed for a moment here in the press box. There you see, that's the Rand Sawyer touchdown, 24 yards from Wyatt Truman. Flyers led 6-0. And then Springville would go to work, methodically picking their way down the field. Valetti to now Fuhu, 20-yard touchdown. And then Levitt, the 49-yard touchdown to Pickering. But the 3 turnovers, Connor, the 3 turnovers costly. Rand Sawyer had a fumble, and then Didi, 2 jump ball interceptions. That was sensational, and that's why the Flyers are trailing 22-6.
Yeah, and I think, you know, again, you talk about going out there and playing sloppy football. When you look at the vice versa, in Springville is coming out here and controlling the time of possession. They're keeping the ball in their own hands by not turning it over. They're not trying to throw it and air it out. That doesn't give you a lot of opportunity to cause turnovers. It just seems like an opportunity created for failure right now. And again, this game is nowhere close to over. You still have a complete second half. The difference is they've got to find out what's going to be the game changer. Is it going to be Rand playing wide receiver maybe and try to air that out, or is it going to be Wyatt Truman kind of controlling his emotions and getting back down under center? I'm not sure.
So we'll take another timeout as we've got some scores from around the state. Some big games, you know, Davis and Lehigh being played up north. Plus, we'll get you all of the scores from around the region. One game is about to kick off. That's Desert Hills down in Las Vegas taking on Faith Lutheran. But we'll get you scores from all of the other Region 9 games after this 3-minute timeout here on the Fan Sports Network. Springville leading 22-6 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah.
Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit CoralCanyonGolfCourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture, your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed, and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Fabulous Freddy's is the local.
Baby, we are back. Great Harvest Bread Company bringing you our halftime show, and 22-6 at the half. Of course, I want to remind everybody at the conclusion of this game, we'll tell you if we get the big score dessert, brought to you by Holbrook Asphalt. Also, we'll pick the Findlay Subaru Star of the game, and one of our favorite awards to hand out, the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. The boys at GE and AWP, the playmakers in the appliance business here in St. George. But again, Great Harvest halftime show. Start your day with hot breakfast, fresh made bread, or enjoy a satisfying lunch at either St. George location. We got some great new sponsors. Coach's Comments all season long, brought to you by Coral Canyon. Excited to have big hits back by Dealer Collision Center. And also one other award, our Jersey Mike Sub of the Game. So we'll be busy handing out some awards a little bit later on in the broadcast. We've got stats again brought to you by Scooters Coffee. And obviously the key stat we talked about, the 3 turnovers by Dixie, 2 interceptions by Wyatt Truman, and a fumble by Rand Sawyer. Springville yet to turn the ball over. Valetti has ran a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And also Levitt hit Pickering on a 49-yard touchdown. So both quarterbacks for Springville, I can see why Coach is playing them both in the season opener, because both have done some nice things.
Yeah, and this is something where I think they both kind of have complemented each other's game, whereas we got to see Valetti really show off his legs and show off his athleticism. We got to see on the other end of it, Levitt show off his arm a little bit there with that passing touchdown right as the half was ending up.
Yeah, we've got some scores. Let's get you some scores. CC and I have got eyes on some of the other games. This is brought to you by The Rink. SkateTheRink.com. That's SkateTheRink.com. Our Region 9 scoreboard update. 12-yard touchdown as Joe Mack Smith hits Cale Johnson. And the PAT no good. So Snow Can, after getting a field goal, gets their first touchdown this season. They lead Stansbury by a score of 9-0 late in the second quarter. Mountain Crest is out in Hurricane. 27-14. That is Coach Jerry Cowan, former Duchesne head coach, where he won 5 state championships. He's making his coaching debut for the Hurricane Tigers, jumping up from 1A to 4A. And still a game, but Mountain Crest is up by 13 points.
Yeah, they're sticking in there, but again, you want to see these two teams kind of close that gap just a little bit. Tough battle for Hurricane, but I like what I've seen so far. And again, just from the scoring updates, but it seems like Hurricane's showing a lot of fight. Another score,
21-21. We're all tied up in Manti and Pineview's matchup. That's up there in Manti. So a little shootout brewing maybe. Levi Shaw, the now the starting quarterback, Brock Harris, but not a lot of defense so far in that one. And that's still in the second quarter. So maybe that one could be one of the higher scoring affairs of the night.
Yeah, and at one point, Pineview found themselves down in that game. So you got to remember that they had to really turn it back on offensively, come back and score a couple touchdowns. And that's going to be one thing I thought all year about Pineview, right, Devin? Is they're going to be one of the teams I think offensively will be able to go out there and score with just about anybody in the region. But defensively, are they going to be able to hold up and stop a couple of these teams, and this is a good test in a non-region game.
Other scores, Richfield leading Cedar. That's the defending 3A state champs right now. Ty Hyatt, first-year head coach of the Cedar Reds, 21-7. Wildcats have the 14-point lead last report.
Ooh, that's the tough beat there for Cedar, but I don't want to count them out. This is a team that I think in week one, again, Ty Hyatt coming in. I don't expect Coach Cowan and Coach Hyatt to completely flip a program around in a week, Devin. I just don't see that happening. However, you do want to see intangible progress being made, and I think that that's something that we're going to be looking forward, not just with Hurricane, but also with Coach Hyatt and Cedar.
The other score that I have for you from around the area, 14-0, Canyon View leading Mountain View right now. And Lehigh, one of the big-time matchups tonight. They lost in the state championship last year, but looking to get back there. They're leading Davis 14-7. The other Region 9 game, Crimson is in a little bit of trouble. They're trailing 21-0 up at Morgan. And again, the Desert Hills game has about to kick off. Probably just kicked off maybe 5 to 8 minutes ago down in Las Vegas.
Yeah, so we're going to keep an eye out on the Thunder and see what that score looks like. But really, I think the big shocker in region, like you said just now, is Crimson Cliffs finding themselves with the donut on the board, down 21-0. But we talk about the importance of special teams. We talk about the importance of protecting the football, and those are all coming into play here. Crimson's going to have to bounce back in the second half.
A couple of timeouts, message from our great local partners, and then the second half kickoff. We'll talk adjustments when we come back, and it will be Springville football to start the second half. They lead at the break, brought to you by Great Harvest Bread Company. Springville 22, Dixie 6. Back after this 60-second commercial timeout.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Hey, I wanted to come back because he made a couple of nice plays. We finally hunted down the number 46, the mystery man for the Dixie Flyers. That is, we got him listed as number 9, Bristol Woods, but they switched to 46, so got to give him some credit. He had a couple plays in the first half. Connor, let's talk second half adjustments really quickly. Obviously, the Flyers got to limit the turnovers.
Yeah, I think one thing is going to be trust what your game plan is. If you came into this game and you were initially going to give Rand Sawyer the ball, let's go back to that. Whether it's out of the backfield or it's quick passes, maybe stop trying to set up the deep passes down the sideline, but something quick to get the ball into your playmaker's hands.
Kickoff return up the middle, and the ball pops out, and it was Valetti on the return, and who got back on top? It looked like maybe Valetti himself got back on that ball. Out across the 30, or is it? No, it's Dixie Flyer football. They point Flyer away. So that is the first turnover of the night. And Dixie will have excellent field position.
Couldn't have come at a better time, Double D. You get a fumble caused on special teams here as we see the replay. And it looks like he almost has just a little bit of a gap as he's going to try to hit right down the middle of the hashes. And as you can see, just a nice hit laid in. As he's going down, loses the ball. Number 21 able to strip that loose.
And it was recovered by Dixie. Great shot from Sebastian, our camera operator up top.
Looked like that was... I think that was Weston Gilmore who was able to come in and get the hand on the football. And now, Devin, Dixie with a good chance to go out and get some points on the board to start the half.
Flags fly. Rand Sawyer off the right edge, runs north and south. He'll take it down inside the 25, but hold everything.
I think you got the right word right there. The emphasis on the hold. We're probably going to be bringing this back here, buddy.
So Dixie didn't want to start off with a holding call, but that's what it appeared to be, thrown in the vicinity of the hold. Hey, wanted to let you know, second half play-by-play brought to you by Intermountain Sports Performance. There is no off-season. Get sports-specific training at Intermountain Sports Performance, locations from St. George all the way up to Logan. And today's game brought to you by the Back Nine. Experience the Back Nine golf, indoor golf. Feel like a pro, practice like a pro, taking the world of golf to the next level. Nothing boosts your game like an hour or two at the Back Nine. Check out their membership options. Just go to their website, theback9golf.com. And this one is coming back, and that's going to back the Flyers up to the 46.
Oh, and these holding penalties are just brutal because it's not a 5-yarder, it's a 10-yarder. So now you're looking at a 1st and 20.
So the Flyers...
Oh, 15, excuse me.
It's an illegal chop block that was the call, not the hold. Pass caught by Kason Grover right in front of Coach Blaine Munkers and the Flyers bench. Coach Munkers doesn't have the headset on. He's telling Mike Sharp, former Dixie star, basketball, football, baseball player, went and played football at SUU, had a great career. He was there about the same time as Mike Needham, another former Region 9 player in the region, when I was doing SUU broadcast from about 2017 to 2020. And the hand signal in. Truman's going to put Anzalone in motion. Going to fake it to him. He's going to give it to Rand, and he's going to be hit and dropped. Guess who? Tua. Now Fahu again. He's been making big play after big play. This kid looks like a next level athlete to me.
And you know, I get that this isn't the same team that it was last year, and I understand it's not Junior Coughlin running that jet sweep or Rand Sawyer, but I think at one point or another, this was Coach Munker's staple. He's got to hand the jet sweep off. You can't just keep sending guys in motion and never using them. I mean, this is 3-4 times now I've seen someone motion across the formation and not get that ball.
And a minute 30 into the second half here. Flyers facing 3rd down and long. 3rd and about 20 from the 41. And Truman in trouble, and he is going to be hit and dropped. Sacked for a 3-yard loss. And a flag is down on the play.
Yeah, that looks like, I think that's going to be another holding there on the left tackle as he was just kind of beat off the block there. Number 54 that was for Dixie.
Yeah, that series just went backwards, didn't it? That's not a great sequence there for the Flyers offense, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was Jackson Everett trying to block Stafford Small. Stafford Small, not playing very small out there coming off the edge.
Number 80, the kicker, going to come on for the punt unit. Mason Randolph, senior, standing at his own 41. So they finally create the turnover on the fumbled kickoff return, and Dixie cannot do anything with it. Springville will get it back for their first possession here in the 3rd quarter. Still leading 22-6. Good punt. And it's going to be returnable from about the 11, and it ball's loose. It's into the 5 area near the goal line. Red Devils will pick it up. He'll run it back out to the 4 or 5 yard line. That could have been disastrous.
Oh, man, and just what we thought could have been another really good break for the Flyers. Unfortunately, gets recovered by Springville, but still, that's going to get them with their back set up to the end zone. And maybe, Devin, you can get a little pressure, try to force a safety. Looked like that was number 11 there who was able to kind of fly down as a gunner. I think that was Jack Thompson able to hit that ball free.
At the 4 yard line, 1st and 10, Springville.
So the Red Devils will be backed up inside their 5-yard line here to start the offense here in the third quarter. It will be the guy that started the game, and that will be Levitt, Easton Levitt, 6'4", 180-pound senior. Quick slant route, and it's caught. Well-timed. Catch made nicely by Jack Pickering, who's already caught a 49-yard touchdown in this game, and that'll move the chains. It's a fabulous Freddy's first down.
Yeah, I think you were spot on there with the timing of that, right? You talk about a one-step drop, grab, release, and that's going to get you a first down every time because, again, the timing and the precision of these plays.
Mason Schumann made the tackle for Dixie, but not before a pickup of about 16 yards right out to the 20. First and 10, Red Devils. Sun is starting to set, which fans are now able to put their umbrellas down in the visiting section. And Valletti's going to keep it. Wildcat quarterback run, and he'll pick his way out across the 30. That'll be another first down for Springville.
Yeah, just getting some really good blocking up front there. Looked like that was number 74, Moses Finau, leading the way.
There's 2 Finaus on this team.
I wonder if any might be related to Tony. Probably not.
No, I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me.
You know what?
They're
to
all
be fair,
yeah,
the Polynesian culture, they all are family in one way or another, it seems.
The other Finau is Scales Finau. He's a fullback, 5'9", 190-pound fullback. He's in the backfield right now. They'll move him to the right side of Easton Levitt. Levitt's going to give it to Finau. Finau's going to surge ahead but be hit and driven back, and he got a yard, and that was it.
And Dixie, they're trying to hold tough now on defense here. Able maybe to get a stop and try to get the ball back. Again, you had a good opportunity, not able to convert coming out the half. But if you can keep Springville 2 drives in a row without getting points on the board, that's got to be a big booster for your defense.
What are the keys for the defense in the second half here? Brought to you by Everbull, the acai bowls and smoothies in the Red Rock Commons next to Dick's. It's where St. George gets their superfoods. Got to be getting off the field a little sooner. That defense has been on the field a long time for the Flyers.
Yeah, and I'm sure the offense is feeling quite the other way too, right? Is their offense is itching to get back out on the field.
Little 5-yard hitch, and then he turns it inside and gets about an 8-yard gain. And we just shy of a first down. Or are they going to say it's right at the sticks? It's going to be a first down. They're going to move the chains. Fabulous Freddy's first down. Fuel it up, wash it down, and save. Get their unlimited car wash and save on gas at Fabulous Freddy's. The bigger unlimited car wash package, the more you save on gas every time you wash your car and fuel up at the pump. Get all the details at the 2 Southern Utah locations. 7:20 here on the Nets on Fire clock in the third quarter. Run and a nice tackle there. Coming in number 44 for the Flyers, and that is C.J. Mayaba.
Number 44, C.J. Mayaba.
Big hit by Mayaba as you see him come clean off the edge. Just lay a nice helmet into the side. Boom. Big hit.
Yeah, Dealer Collision bringing you our big hits tonight. If you've been in an accident, they'll fix your car. See why Southern Utah chooses Dealer Collision for auto body repair. Proud sponsor of sports here on the Fan Sports Network. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Devin Dixon, Connor Collins here early third quarter. Well, about approaching midway through the third quarter. Valetti back at quarterback. He's got a seam right down the middle. It's a foot race to the 30, to the 20. He's to the 10, and he is going to dive to the pylon, and it is touchdown, Red Devils. That is a 58-yard run by Valetti, his third total touchdown of the game.
Yeah, and I don't want to be that guy, Devin, but we're starting to get reminiscence of last year when Springville came out here and was able to just do the same thing, right? They were talking about running the ball down your throat, 5 touchdowns, and Valetti having himself a game. This quarterback power has just been absolutely money for the Springville football team. And I don't know what Dixie is going to do to stop this. Maybe they got to send more blitzers or just try to pack the line of scrimmage. But Devin, at this point, you got to start sending the house to try to stop the run.
They'll kick the Best Friends extra point, and it's no good. Wide left. Visit bestfriends.org and take home your new best friend in Kanab, Utah. We'll take the break. 45-second timeout. Flyers got some work to do. Springville up 28-6.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. our house, the House of Jump.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Athletes, now is the time to build explosive strength, power, speed, and agility when you join Intermountain Sports Performance.
Back live here, Dixie High School. Flyers midway through the third quarter. Got to find some magic here. Devin Dixon, Connor Collins. This is our Boulevard Home Game of the Week, making your house more like home for over 50 years. That kickoff return. And there's an injured player down. And the medical staff out there to check on the injured player, and it looks like it's a Flyer, and I can't tell the number just yet. You got the Flyers trainer and the Springville trainer. Let's see what happened on the kickoff return here for our television audience tonight. Is it the return man? It is. They got him around it's Grover, and I think he just took a helmet to the knee, Connor.
Yeah, just maybe one of those right in the thighs there. Looks like they actually have two people banged up laying on the ground, so it's not just a Flyer. They also have one of Springville's players down on the field as well. I'm trying to get a number. On it again.
We'll take a quick time out here to thank Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. Udy & Associates for great service, great rates on your auto, your home, or your life insurance. Call Luke today, 435-251-9102 for a free quote to see how much you can save. If you've been seeing your insurance premiums on the rise, give Luke a call, see how much he can save you. They got a Costco discount. They got good grades, student discounts for your kids that are drivers at home. And now the golf cart is coming out. That's not good. But then Grover popped right up. He saw the golf cart and he's like, is he going to get in it? Yeah, he's getting in the golf cart. He is in some pain, Connor. He is limping, but he was putting weight on it. But he was limping very, very significantly there for those 3 steps he did take.
Yeah, I wonder if that's one of those.
You hope it's just a bruised knee with the helmet on the knee. You hope it's not worse, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to speculate.
Tough when you see the reaction there. You could see visually frustrated Grover is, and clearly nobody ever wants to go out in the season opener. But just a tough beat for the Flyers there.
.6:24 to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 Flyers. Grover, he's had 4 or 5 catches tonight, been doing the returns there, and now you can watch him here over on the sideline. He's putting weight on. He's off the golf cart, but he is.
He's clearly banged up.
Right knee. He's trying to walk it off right now. Mike Tolman, the Dixie trainer, is walking him back over towards the golf cart. He is in some pain right now. We'll keep an eye on that. I would say his return is questionable at best. Truman goes up to the line, barks out some instructions. Now he comes back out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Sawyer. Sawyer off right tackle, has the edge, diving near the boundary, and he'll get the 30-yard line, and it'll be a pickup of 7.
Yeah, it looks like Rand now wearing a heavy wrap on that groin, Double D. So this game's starting to get a little bit more physical, and you can see some of these players starting to feel it.
Yeah, it's either the hamstring or the quad, or is it up high near the groin? Yeah, it's kind of wrapped around the hip area, isn't it? So you could be ready. Any of the 3. I don't know exactly what's bugging Rand, but he's not coming out of this game. You got to give him some props.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the toughest guys on this Flyers team, and I don't expect to see him go down unless he physically can't stand back up.
2nd down and 4. Truman looking to throw. Got to roll right. Gets rid of it, and he's just throwing it away to live to fight another down. NFL, that's intentional grounding. Outside the pocket there. 4. And I guess past the line of scrimmage, but nobody even close to a receiver in the area.
Yeah, I'm just having a tough time right now watching, unfortunately, for the Flyers front 5 because the offensive line is just not getting a push. You know, I'm starting to see guys get past them quickly. It looks like they're starting to get lazy with their technique. And granted, it's the first game of the year, so there's a lot of stuff to clean up. But this isn't what you want to see out of the Flyers here in their opener.
28-6 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Flyers are trailing. They scored on the opening drive, but haven't done much since offensively. Truman going to bootleg out to the right, throw it on the run. It's caught out there on the far sideline, reeled in by the sophomore tight end. That's number 10, Isaiah Johnson, but it'll be short of a first down, and the punt unit's going to have to come back out on the field.
And just another upsetting disappointment of a drive for the Flyers. And maybe you sent the punt unit out to just kind of set the field up. But again, Devin, your defense has already tried to make so many stops in this second half. I can't imagine that they got a lot left in the tank.
Punter standing back inside his own 16-yard line. 5:55 left on the Nets on Fire clock. They almost block it, but a good booming high punt. Fair catch called for at the 33-yard line.
Fair catch taken.
And here come the Red Devils.
Looks like there is a flag on the field, so we'll see what that is. Probably something along the lines of illegal block in the back, holding, generally the two you see on a punt there.
Yeah, we've seen some flags tonight, but it hasn't been the sloppy flags like the holding, the false starts, some of the timing things that you would normally maybe see. That tells me both these coaches have done a good job getting these guys prepared for the game. But always you're going to have some things on film you're going to see you're going to want to clean up, especially after week one. And it's a hold against the Red Devils on the return, so that'll hurt them back to their own 25-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive, their second drive of the second half.
See if Dixie's able to get a stop here. They got trips. First time we've seen them really get in that passing formation.
Flyers drop into a zone defense, and they throw it down the seam, and it's in and out of the intended receiver's hands. That was intended for Siosi Toki, the 5'9" sophomore, but couldn't bring it in.
And you can kind of tell, right? You got that's Levitt back there to throw, and anytime you see number 10 in, Devin, there's a chance that they are going to try to drop back and throw that ball.
You can tell why they like this dual quarterback system. You got the passer, you got the runner. They really both play to their strengths with their offense. Of course, Coach Bill's longtime offensive coordinator, incredible coordinator, playing to the Red Devils' strengths tonight. They'll go 4 receiver set again. One back, switches to the right side of Levitt. They'll stay in and block with them. They'll hit a quick little hitter, and it's caught. Turns to the outside, turns on the Jets, makes a man miss, and he's going to break it. Some yak yards, maybe to the barnyard for the boogie. 10-5, touchdown, Red Devils. 75 yards on about a 6-yard pass play that goes to the house for the call.
Yeah, that one right there, Rick Barry, Coach. I know you're just sitting there pulling your hair out your head. You got to see your defense tackle. That's 1 missed tackle. 2 missed tackles, and then just off to the race, 3 missed tackles. I mean, you just don't want to see that out of your defense. You want to wrap and bring guys to the ground, or else you're going to have plays results in this.
Levitt to Peterson, Drake Peterson. Caught it about 5 yards downfield, ran the other 70, and broke a tackle just past midfield. Bestfriends.org in Kanab, Utah. Extra points up and good. 35-6, Springville all over Dixie here on the Fan Sports Network with 5:29 left here in quarter number 3. Quick 30-second timeout. Back to the action. See if Dixie can get a little offense going here when we return.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Relatives coming to visit, not enough room, or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit stgeorgeutahvacationrentals.com.
Boulevard Home, our title sponsor of football season opener tonight. It's been a little bit one-sided. Dixie did lead early 6-0, but since then, all Springville, they have rattled off 35 unanswered points to take the 35-7 lead. That 75-yarder just took the wind out of this Dixie crowd of any possible comeback. Grover not returning this kick after he got injured on the last one. So we got a new return man, and he gets bottled up shy of the 20-yard line. And that was number 13,
First and 10, Flyers.
Tazon Haverone with the return for the Flyers. And I guess they'll give him forward momentum to the 21, it looks like, before he was driven back a few yards. Well, if you're Coach Munkers, you're just trying to, find some offensive rhythm at this point in time.
Yeah.
Unlikely you're going to come back win this game, but you definitely want to try to get some momentum going into week 2. Next week, they'll play a statewide televised game against Mountain View next week.
Yeah,
or Mountain Ridge, excuse me.
This is one of those games, Devin, where, Coach is coming up to his guys and saying, hey, now you want to practice your reps. You want to get live reps in against another team. It may not be the most pretty football that you're going to see, but darn it, you want to see improvement. And that's what I think the Flyers need to look for in these next 12 and a half minutes or so.
Update from down in Las Vegas, brought to you by The Rink. 13-7, Desert Hills is leading Faith Lutheran. So Desert Hills has got the early lead. Again, that was an 8 o'clock Mountain Time start, so that game just about 30 minutes old, but already a couple touchdowns in that one for the Thunder. Right now, it's kind of interesting. You look at 7 Region 9 teams and what will the record be after week 1. Well, right now, a lot of Region 9 teams are losing. Desert Hills and Snow Canyon, the only 2 teams winning right now of the current games, at least according to the last score we had. Quick pass caught and then driven back, and that looks like no gain on the play. Rand Sawyer hit immediately as he caught it, Connor.
And we're just seeing right now, I think, an offense that really has no rhythm at all. I don't know if it is just a shell shock of what the score is or if there's just a lack of communication. But it doesn't seem like an offense that has anything going. You don't feel like the typical Blaine Munkers jet sweep isn't in play. You're not really seeing guys get open as far as route concepts. It just feels like something's off tonight for this offense.
Looking for a swing pass to Sawyer, and Truman throws it too far out in front. And there was a couple guys right there. Pretty good coverage. Had to be a perfect throw, so incomplete.
He's walking like he's feeling something. I know he's tough, and he's not coming out of this game, number 2 that is, but Rand Sawyer's dealing with something on that right leg, and you can see it. Just a little bit overthrown on the wheel route, and I think he tried to speed up to get there, Devin, and his leg just wasn't giving him what he needed. Couple
score updates, again brought to you by The Rink, skatetherink.com. Manti leads Pineview now 28-21. 20-0 Morgan leading Crimson Cliffs. That is a shocker. They were favored by 30 points plus, according to Nolan Perry's power guide. Throw it to Rand again. Rand going to be hit and dropped.
They got to get him out of there. I know that nobody wants to hear it, but it's just reminded me of what it looked like when Ezekiel Elliott was playing with a torn PCL in his knee. I mean, the guy is just out there a shell of himself right now.
Well, you need Rand Sawyer for the long haul, right?
Exactly.
And you're down 35-6, and he's noticeably favoring that right leg. Something's not right. How about this? Cedar's coming back, though. One of the other current scorers, Richfield, defending 3A state champs. They're leading now 21-19, but that score's tightened up.
Yeah, Cedar making a nice little comeback there. I wonder Everett Kelly finding a little mojo.
Punt high, end over end, going to be landing in Flyer territory. Fair catch called for at the 47-yard line. And again, Springville's going to have good field position in Flyer territory to start this drive. And we got an officials timeout for water, so we're going to step aside. Quick 30-second break here. Timeout's brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. Under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Springville up 35-6.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooter's Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Glad you're with us. You're welcome back. Again, want to remind everybody, stick around for the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. At the conclusion of this game, we'll hand out a bunch of awards. Our Finley Subaru Star of the Game. And also our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. That 75-yard touchdown where he broke a tackle at about midfield on that last score for Drake Peterson. That was a big play, maybe the nail in the coffin. I know there's still a lot of time left, but it seems like that kind of deflated the Dixie Flyers. You also have our Jimmy John Super Sub of the Game. All our awards coming up a little bit later on tonight. And the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert. When you have your team score over 25 points, fans, you win. Go buy a yogurt at Yogurtland, the second one of equal or lesser value, absolutely free. Holbrook Asphalt's paying for it. We'll keep you posted. Of course, Springville's already got over 25 points tonight. Manti, Pineview, they're knocking on that door. It could be any region team that goes over 25, so stay tuned. We'll let you know.
And we're starting to see here, looks like Springville getting back into that physical run at you offense. You can always kind of tell the difference as they switch out their quarterbacks.
Well, and they're deep. They got some depth, don't they? And they don't look like they're cramping or tiring in this heat. Been really impressed with Springville. Aside from that opening drive defensively, they've been so good. Forced 3 Flyer turnovers. And a run off right tackle. Tackle made almost immediately. Helmet did pop off there for Isa Lapati, the junior defensive lineman, 6'4", 225 pounds. This kid's got next level written all over him, just a junior.
Yeah, I mean, heck, you remember his brother last year, Kimo, a guy who just started playing football,
really
gets picked up by Utah State just because of, like you said, the raw physical talent and traits.
Yeah, the upside is huge for the Lapati, both those guys. Under 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. Third down for Springville. 3rd and 1. Easton Levitt, 2 backs, and they'll hand off to Max Harris. Harris going to bounce to the outside. He's going to get the first down. Tackle made by the Flyers, Jack Thompson.
Just nice, steady running, keeping the ball in bounds, making sure the clock continues to tick.
Fresh set of downs after the Fabulous Freddy's first down run. Harris has been kind of that workhorse, 200-plus, 5'10", junior running back. Springville has played to their strengths tonight, haven't they?
Yeah, you can tell. We talked about this all week. That was going to be a big part of this game, Devin, was the physicality. And it wasn't just going to be the size of Springville, but like you said, it was going to be the play style. It was going to be running the ball time after time after time.
Run it again to Harris, right up the middle. Virtually untouched into the second level, and he gets down inside the 25-yard line. That's another big ground and pound gain into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. From land to luxury homes, redrockrealestate.com. They got their vacation rentals.
Yeah, you see on the replay here, just poor tackling by the Flyers. I mean, guys kind of diving with their arms out and head down, and just got to be a little bit more thorough with what you're seeing.
Tough preseason, too, for Dixie before they get into region play. We'll look at the schedule here in just a minute. They'll run to Harris again, this time off the left edge. He breaks it outside, cuts back inside the 10, down near the 9-yard line, and a pickup of about 5.
And they're just running a very patient offense right now. I mean, it's
Number 18,
meticulous. They're going to go at you, and really, you know what they're running every single time at this point, but it's just being outdone, you know, out physical. Are you going to be able to lock in? Are you going to be able to do something back, or
Dixie
keep
has
giving
not
ground?
Matched the physicality of Springville, and they're a little bit smaller, but the speed has not been on display either in this one. And you're playing a 5A school, slant route, caught, stretching, goal line, and that is a touchdown again. And it is Jack Pickering that takes it in for that special moment where you touch it down.
And again,
there is a flag on the play.
See what the flag is called on. It looks like the offense is still set.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
All right, they have added 2 seconds back on the official game clock. Devin Dixon, Connor Collins, Boulevard Home Game of the Week. CC winding down third quarter here, and I love what you just said. You're playing for the guy next to you. You're playing for the name on your back and the fans that are still here. And the Flyers just want to try to find some positive stuff that they can go back to on the film, getting ready for Mountain Ridge next week.
Yeah, and this is one of those where, again, at the end of the day, win or loss, you still have to go to the practice field in the next week. You still got to go into that film room, and you still got to dissect what went wrong and how you're going to correct that. And again, this is a chance for Dixie to correct things before the season gets going. That's the whole point of having a preseason. That's the whole point of scheduling a tough preseason. You want to test your guys and see where they're at. I think Coach Munkers has a good idea where this Flyer team stands and the work they have to do going forward.
Kickoff is going to be returned, and it's going to be out across the 40 to the 44-yard line. So good field position here for Wyatt Truman and the Flyer offense.
1st and 10, Dixie.
See if Springville continues to tee off on that defensive line, or maybe they start to dial back the pressure and play more for the run.
Bootleg, Truman sets his feet, throws, timed perfectly, and a bullet hit to Tano Anzalone, and it's going to be a fabulous Freddy's.
First down, baby, and I'll tell you what, I do think the Flyers seem to play
from bold statements to
get their quarterback out on the perimeter. That bootleg option has been working well for them tonight. I think that's where their bread and butter might be going forward.
To all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend.
And we'll do it when the fourth quarter fires up. We'll take a full 60-second timeout, come back with the fourth quarter. Springville up on the Wilkinson scoreboard, 41-6 over Dixie.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Stop in and see what's new at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, a proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics.
Check out this week's.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home because...
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
All right, welcome back, everybody. That play goes to the outside and a pickup of a few yards there. And the Flyers trying to find some momentum here to start the fourth quarter in our coverage here on the Fan Sports Network, streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com. Got a bunch of games, so if you're looking for some other games, go to the fansportsnetwork.com, click on the Region 9 tab, and you can find 6 of the 7 Region 9 games on the live stream tonight. And we're going to have a bunch of games coming your way all season long, over 26 games during the regular season, plus postseason on the live stream. Second down, and that was stuffed. Was that big number 66, Peyton Messinar again? I said his name a couple times. Or that was number 60, I think, that time. Couldn't tell. During the fourth quarter timeout, the new light system, they kind of showed it off a little bit. It was like a strobe on the field, which will be cool as we get into more night games. But obviously still August, so sun is finally set and the lights are on.
Yeah, had that queued up to the music, strobe light effect. I love seeing that from these stadiums.
Truman going to dump it off. It's complete. Dobler diving, getting what he can, and he's going to get the first down. Needed the 35, got it down to the 33-yard line.
Just a nice play there. Again, I feel like this Flyer team looks a little bit more in sync when they're able to get out on edge, just continue to attack the perimeter, that bootleg option.
Again, Rand Sawyer not out there on this series. You kind of alluded to it. His night may be done. Got that big wrap on that right hip and quad. Don't know if it's the groin or the quad or the hamstring, but definitely not feeling 100%, that much for sure. And in trouble, throwing it away, and that's going to be intentional grounding. And Truman's going to get flagged, and he was going to get sacked. Either way, it was going to be a big loss for the Flyers.
Yeah, and that's one of those right there where, again, you get rid of the ball hoping to make a play, but just one of those where now it's just a spot foul, and you're going to go back even more. So tough beat for the Flyers.
And for the Springville fans out there, they got to be, ecstatic because they've been getting pressure on Truman without blitzing. They've been rushing 4 guys pretty much all night.
Oh, we were wrong, Devin. They called roughing the passer on that.
Oh.
And an automatic first down for the Flyers.
I thought maybe he was in the grass when he was throwing it away. Let's take another look here. When does the ball leave the hand? Does he get rid of it before? He only had a hand. He only had a hand on the arm, but he wasn't wrapped up.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I know if I was playing defensive end or if I was the coach over there for Springville, game's a little out of hand at this point, but I'd be upset with that call.
Slant route in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, and that was number 13, Haveron.
Flag on the play.
And there is another flag down on the field. The flags have started to be I don't want to say it's been a flag fest tonight, but there has been a number of flags, which is par for the course in the season opener sometimes.
Yeah, you have a season opener, so it's the first game for the refs to get adjusted. It's the first game for the players to kind of figure out what officials are calling, what are they letting play. And to be fair, this is also another game where we're getting down into the late fourth quarter or so, and outcome's kind of already decided, per se. So I'm sure there's been a little bit of a lapse of mental focus.
Second down and 10, ball on the 18 of Springville. Fourth quarter, Red Devils leading 41-6. They've scored 41 unanswered points on the Flyers' home turf. The Flyers trying to score for the first time since that opening drive. Truman looking, trying to set up the screen. Has it, hits Dobler. And another flag comes down in the backfield. And is this another late hit, Connor?
Yeah, I'm not sure here. It could be maybe a holding on the offense. When you're trying to block a guy and they're going down, you take them down with you.
And waiting for the referee to officially signal the penalty flag. They're walking it back. So this is going to be against the Flyers. Probably a hold. No.
Number 57 of the offense, hitting the player while on the ground.
Okay, so he pile drived. He pile drived when the player was already on the ground, so they're going to call that on Dixie High School. And it'll back the Flyers back up.
Interesting. Not often you see that call made, but again, it's the first game, so the referees, they want to make sure they're getting everything in.
Well, there's an emphasis on safety from high school to the pros nowadays. I mean, we saw what they've done with the kickoff rules in the NFL, right? Yeah. What do you think of that, by the way? I don't hate it. I think it's just going to take some time to get used to it.
Yeah, I'm personally a fan. I think it mitigates some of I know people like big hits and whatnot, but the big hits don't do anything for the game. I'd rather see actual returns instead of balls just being kicked out the back of end zones.
Devin Hester's like, why didn't you do that years ago? Slant route, Anzalone, incomplete, just off his hands. Well covered, and wouldn't have been much of a gain had he even caught it.
A good night by Tano. I mean, if you were looking for a diamond in the rough, I would say Tano had played a very productive night for the Flyers, like what I saw out of number 3. And that was someone that Coach Munkers really emphasized this year, that he was going to be playing a big part of this team.
Well, I was here at practice earlier in the week, and I was very impressed with his route running and his speed and just the moves on the cuts and how fast he got out of his breaks. Third and long. from the 33. Got to get it down inside the 10. They're going to take a shot. Fade route. And it is in and out of the hands of the receiver on that far sideline. That was who else? Anzalone. And he couldn't haul it in this time. Tano had his mitts on it, but it would have been a tough over-the-shoulder catch.
Yeah, just a brutal beat there because he does have his guy beat. You could see Springville send a blitz there, and he's able to release that ball just in time before the blitz gets home, and unfortunately just out the hands of the receiver.
Under 8 minutes to play on the Nets on Fire clock. Again, Springville 41-6 lead on the Wilkinson scoreboard. Thanks to Honolulu Grill, one of our great sponsors. Go savor Aloha, 7 South, 7 East, downtown St. George. All day to throw. Truman's going to roll, and now he's going to run, and he's going to just jog it out of bounds.
Get a little bit of the yardage back there, but
that was
not going to be enough, and
that
that's
was
going
fourth
to turn
down.
it over. Yeah.
But it's been he's had a couple interceptions, but probably a situation where, just nobody was open, and I guess you can almost just give credit again to the coverage down the field of Springville. Their secondary has been really solid tonight.
Yeah, they only sent 3 guys on that pass rush there, and they weren't able to get home, but still just solid coverage, like you said, forcing the quarterback to use his legs and get 5 yards when he needs 25.
8:29 left up in the game. Canyonview leading 14-3, so they're looking for a big win on the opening night of high school football in the great state of Utah. By the way, Hurricane Tigers just got an interception. And so they are not dead yet against Mountain Crest. We'll keep you posted on that one. Run up the middle. And Ground Chuck has entered the building. The old Chuck Knox, Chuck Knoll days where they just run.
Yeah.
Springville happy with 4 yards in a cloud of dust at this point in time.
Yeah, they're trying to get out of this game healthy. In fact, I think we're starting to see a group of different guys come in. I don't want to say this is their 3s, but it does look like they have some of their 2s in. Number 16 playing quarterback now, so Levitt and Vitale both done for the night.
Yeah, Valetti had 3 touchdowns and 1 on the ground, 2 in the air, 2 more in the air by Easton Levitt, and run up the middle. And a big collision there and short gain on the play. The new quarterback, you mentioned number 16, that I believe it may be 15, Beckett Burton. I can't see if it's 15 or 16. It looks 16, doesn't it? I don't have a 16 in my Springville roster.
Yeah, I see 16, and I got these brand new binoculars for season, so I know I'm right. We got 16 out at quarterback for Springville.
Do you have a 16 in your roster? Because I don't.
I don't know. My roster had about half of what you had.
524.
Needless to say.
Well, 15 is listed as a quarterback, and that's Burton. So I'm guessing that might be who it is, but I'm not 100%. So apologize for that. And run up the middle out across the 40. That's going to be a fabulous Freddy's first down. Red Devils can
first down,
get a fresh set of downs and continue to work down the clock as they're going to win this one tonight on the road.
Yeah, just this slow grind the clock out.
Couple other score. By the way, Dixie next week will play at Mountain Ridge, and then they'll play Park City, and then they'll open region play Friday, September 6th against Hurricane. So that's what's ahead for the Flyers. Mountain Ridge on the road next week. Get you some scores after this play. That was bobbled, and the ball is loose, and I believe the Red Devils just barely got back on top of that loose ball fumble.
Yeah, a little bit of a scare there for Springville, but still able to recover that ball and hop back on top, and that's actually going to let the clock continue to run.
Halftime in Las Vegas, Faith Lutheran has scored to take a 14-13 lead. So Desert Hills just down a point at the half. Faith Lutheran private school, some 3-star kids. I think we're 8-2 last year, 9-2. Had a good season, so not an easy opener down in Las Vegas, which is not your typical endowment game. But maybe the Thunder couldn't schedule anybody else in the state of Utah. They'll run it up the middle and a short gain of 2 out to the 36. Under 4 minutes now to play. Springville up big, 41-6. Again, stick around for the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. And then on the radio side, we'll have our extended wrap-up shows. So if you're out and about tonight going to get the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert or going to pick up your kids from their Friday night festivities, we'll try to get you Blake and David Cordero, Blake O'Rulian in the studio. We'll try to get you all the final scores, some statistics, some game recaps, recapping, putting a bow on week 1. And then look ahead to next week, week 2. Up ball, fumbled. Flyers might have got it. Looked like it hit a Red Devil player, bounced to the turf, and Dixie has recovered. And Lapati is the guy that came up with that football. And there's the strobe lights here at Dixie High School.
Yeah, they were giving us all night for a reason to try to get those babies out. And right there, Lapati able to force a turnover. I think, again, just a bobbled snap, but able to get on top of that. And now, do you have a chance to go and get some points on the board with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left? Yes, but you still have to go out and do it, and I think that's going to be big right now for this Dixie Flyer offense, just to get a little bit of momentum and a little bit of confidence going into next week.
If you're keeping track, that is the 5th total turnover of the night. 2nd by the Red Devils. Flyers have 3.
Looks like Wyatt Truman out of the game now, so.
Deacon Virgin is the backup quarterback. He's a sophomore, 6'4", 6'5".
And you know a lot about this kid. Yeah. I remember you saying in pregame he was the first guy out on the field.
Yep. Deacon is going to be the guy in the next couple years.
Quarterback for the Flyers, number 6, Deacon Virgin.
Deacon, Dad Brian, and his mom Shannon. He's going to be tall. I think Deacon's going to be 6'6", 6'7". He loves it. Eats, breathes, sleeps football. Dad played collegiately, went to Huntsville High School, and then went out and played at Millsap in Mississippi collegiately. And so Deacon getting some varsity reps this year. We saw him a little bit last year when games were in hand, but he'll get the last drive of the game. We'll see if they let him air it out or if he'll just hand off. Just 2 minutes and some change left. Flyers down 41-6. They'll run it. And a little hesitation and a pretty good little run off right tackle down inside the 26-yard line. And that's Malafau, the ball carrier there. He got a little burst, doesn't he, CC?
Yeah, for a second I thought it was Lapati. He had the long hair hanging out the back of his helmet. I was like, wait a minute, but no, like you said, just a little burst off the right side and taking what you can right now. You get your 2s and 3s in, get some good reps and some good film for them to look back at.
1:30 to go. It's 3rd down and a long 3. Man in motion. They'll give it to Malafau. Malafau going to run right up the middle. That's going to be a fabulous Freddy's first down. Right down to the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. And 1:22 left. The clock will stop while they set the chains. Again, tonight's game brought to you by House of Jump. Our friends at the City of St. George Recreation Department. Your kids' sports journey starts at sgcityrec.org. Got junior jazz signups, some volleyball signups. Check out all the activities. Get your kids active, sgcityrec.org. We'll break the huddle and snap this with under a minute to go. Deacon, Virgin, going to scissor action backfield, handoff to Malafau. Malafau's going to make a cut, take it down inside the 10, down near the 8-yard line. That's going to be about 11, maybe give him 12, and another first down for the Flyers.
Call me crazy, Devin, but maybe we needed to get Malafau the ball a little bit earlier. It seems like he's got a little bit of juice in the tank.
Yes, but you do have the second unit on for Springville, which does make it a little bit easier. Their starters are really good.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
But he does look fast.
At some point, you give a little burst. You got to switch some things up. And, hey, I just like seeing guys go out there with the amount of time they get and trying to make the best of it.
So 4 consecutive runs. This could be the final play. They'll snap it with 26 on the clock and nothing there. They knew run was coming again, and that one going to be a big loss. Now, the Flyers do take a timeout, so they will at least try to run maybe one more play.
First timeout of the second half.
That's only their first timeout. Appreciate Finley Super. We're going to name the Finley Superstar of the game. Probably going to be a Red Devil tonight, huh, CC?
I would assume so.
Valetti, Levitt, maybe Drake Peterson, or, man, even Pickering had a big night. And then Didi with those 2 interceptions was very good in the secondary. Sawyer has the only touchdown for the Flyers, but we haven't seen him at all much in the fourth quarter because of that leg injury. Hope that's not too serious. Again, Flyers at Mountain Ridge next week.
And again, 20 seconds left in this game, so Dixie could still make the score look a little bit more modest, try to get something in quick here.
Springville will play Bonneville in their home opener, and then Springville will play Crimson Cliffs at home in week 3. So we'll get a Region 9 common opponent in the preseason with the Flyers tonight going down to Springville. And Morgan right now is beating Crimson, so we'll keep an eye on that score for you.
Yeah, we got a bunch of our scores coming in here, so as we get into our post game, the score watch will be active.
Yeah, of course, in the wrap-up show tonight, we'll get all those finals. We'll throw a screen pass, and it's going to go into the end zone, and Deacon Virgin has tossed his first varsity touchdown, and that is Dante Ochoa that takes it in on that little wide receiver screen back to the middle, kind of bobbled it, recollects it, and then weaves his way into the end zone for the Flyer TD. How about that? Little highlight for Ochoa from Deacon Virgin. Love it. Love it. Flyer fans, a little something to be excited about. There are a couple of the future stars on this team. Ochoa just a sophomore, so is Virgin. So they'll be, maybe seeing that connection for the next couple of years, but getting a little showcase of that tonight. But Springville's still going to win this game easily. Best friends, extra point. Best friends in Kanab. It's up and good. And 41-13, just 6 seconds left, and we'll just keep it right here, and then we'll have our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show coming up.
Nice job there by the Flyers to finish that drive out. And like you said, it may not be a game-winning touchdown, but that is going to be Deacon's first varsity touchdown, and that's going to be something he'll remember.
Yeah, excited for him. He's got a lot of upside. And Ochoa weaving his way in. Springville mentioned Bonneville and then Crimson Cliffs and then Cypress September 6th. And then the big one, the team they were picked second behind in their region, Region 7, I believe it is, Tentview. That'll be Friday, September 13th at that new Tentview Stadium. Tentview, the defending 5A state champions, of course. So this will be probably the final play of the game, which will be a kickoff. I think they'll start it on the kick, and
you would think
no need to draw this thing out. Springville up 41-13.
Come out just far enough here. Yeah, they're just gonna.
And they're not even gonna kick it. Why get somebody hurt? That'll do it. They started on the ready for play. Coach Munkers just put a hand up. They won't even kick it. That'll be the game. So final score tonight, Flyers go down 41-13. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll put a bow on this, hand out some awards, some final thoughts in the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Back after a message from our great local high school football sponsors on the Fan Sports Network.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit HolbrookAsphalt.com to discover more.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill.
Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice.
Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Back here for our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. It's in the books. 41-13. Springville comes down south and takes care of the Flyers in the season opener for the first win of the season. And again, they got Bonneville next week. Flyers drop to 0-1, and they will travel north to Mountain Ridge next week. So it doesn't get much easier for Dixie next week.
No, it does not. So they're going to have to get back to the drawing board, and they're going to have to figure out what's this team's identity going to be going forward. Devin, I got to say, you know, for the years I've been covering the Flyers, there was one thing that was missing to me tonight, and it was a jet sweep. Not once did I see them hand it off on the jet sweep. I saw the motion go in action, but that's kind of Coach Munker's staple, isn't it? It seems like every game I watch with the Flyers, about 4 to 5 times they run that jet sweep and actually hand it off. And tonight I didn't see that once. Well, and to me, that was just kind of an indictment of what the entire offense felt like.
And I think we'll see it this season. I think part of that was the matchup. Springville, some pretty good defensive speed. We're rolling some highlights for you. Rand Sawyer gets taken down as we break things down. What are you seeing down on the field right now?
I'm seeing here, it looks like on crutches and with an air cast on is Grover, number 15 for the Flyers. So it looks like that injury he suffered to that right leg a little bit more serious than we initially thought.
That's not good. We heard, you know, there was an injury over at Snow Canyon. Archie Therafall, Grover gets hurt. Rand Sawyer, obviously, you know, his night was done a little prematurely, partly because of the score, but partly because he had that big wrap on that right leg and he was not 100%, and you need him healthy. It is early on. It's just week 1. Again, appreciate Dr. Cody. Dr. Cody and his staff, Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Keep your kids' teeth healthy for that championship smile. You can always get the new patient specialist, $99. That is your Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the game for the Flyers. That diving catch there, that early touchdown on the opening drive as Truman hit Rand Sawyer. And some more highlights rolling for you. But a lot of the highlights would belong to Springville tonight, CC. And you look at the Finley Subaru star of the game, and it's kind of tight between Valetti, Easton Levitt, Pickering, Drake Peterson, or Didi. I mean, he had those 2 unbelievably nice high-point interceptions.
Yeah, you know, I think I'll go ahead and give Valetti the player of the game, and we'll save the defensive player of the game for Didi because he had a couple good ones. But before we get there, just back to our player of the game, I mean, Valetti really seemed just to be locked in from the second this game started off. I mean, from the second this game got rolling, you could see that he had a rhythm, he had a confidence about him. He was able to find guys and get the ball out of his hands quickly when he needed to. But really more than that, Devin, he just was a running back out of the backfield, it felt like.
Interesting here, Didi and Pickering and a couple of the Springville players look like they're coming over here to the Dixie sideline. And I'm not sure what they're doing over here. They're just kind of wandering around and maybe looking to give some more congratulations. I would hope. I hope that was the case. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Maybe to say hi to a friend or a cousin that's maybe a Dixie cheerleader. I don't know. I have no idea. But Springville, boy, oh boy, they're going to be a factor in 5A this year. For the season opener, not much that went wrong for them. You know, had that one drive where they went backwards after the fumble recovery and ended up getting a turnover on downs. That was really the only drive where that offense kind of stalled out. And that was in the second quarter, early on in that second quarter. Other than that, pretty nice little 1-2 punch with the quarterbacks. This is the fumble, and you thought, okay, they're getting it just outside the 20-yard line. But Dixie's defense would, drive them back and then ultimately turn it over on downs. Wanted to name our super sub of the game, brought to you by Jersey Mike's, and a sub above the rest, up by a St. George or Utah Jersey Mike's today.
Would it be fair to say Levitt? I mean, you think about the dual quarterback system.
Well, he started technically.
You know,
he actually started the first snap. So, but with that two quarterback, they're kind of interchangeable, right?
Yeah, I feel if we give Vitelli the player of the game, I mean, again, this is one of those where you don't really want to feel like you're giving every award to Springville, but rightfully so tonight. It seems like they've earned it. I mean, this was a game where they came out and just dominated from the beginning of the snap to the last whistle.
I did like the future of number 23, Dobler, Dane Dobler for Dixie. He could be a nominee for a Jersey Mike's sub of the game. And how about the backup quarterback for Dixie, Deacon Virgin, comes in, throws a touchdown pass to Dante Ochoa, two sophomores connecting there for that late score. I know it was in, proverbial garbage time, but still you like to see that from your young guys, give them a little confidence moving forward on that wide receiver screen after they'd handed it off 4 times in a row. But you're right. I would probably go Virgin's first career touchdown pass is our sub of the game tonight, brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Just to even it out, since we did go with a lot of awards, because really the biggest play of the game, I think, when the nail was in the coffin, was that touchdown pass to Drake Peterson where he broke a couple tackles way downfield, got a bunch of yak yards, and that was that 75-yarder in that third quarter.
And I know Coach Barry and Coach Munkers are both friends of the show, and I hope they don't get mad at me when I say this, but they're going to need to get those guys out there to get some tackling reps rolling. I mean, I just saw way too many broken tackles tonight, whether it was on offense on a turnover or whether it was on defense just trying to stop somebody. It's just, you got to have your head up, you got to wrap with your arms, and you got to drive through your legs, and I just didn't see that tonight from the Flyers, and it gave up a lot of big plays do so.
Yeah, they were giving up a little bit of a size disadvantage. You wonder how that, they'll have that cleaned up by region play. You got to believe that.
So.
Yeah.
I believe. And again, this is, Devin, for real, this is the first time these kids are really hitting anybody, right? Because the game has changed. They're not hitting each other in practice the way that probably when you and I were playing they once were.
Sure.
I think nowadays it's a lot more, hands in the ground, shorts and shells to pads. You're not really worrying about laying the wood on somebody, especially your own teammates. So when you get out for these first games of the year, you can always see when those physicality flaws start to show themselves.
A couple scores, and these are not finals, but Mountain Crest leading Hurricane 35-20 last report. Snow Canyon up 9-6 over Stansbury. We'll check in with the guys, maybe get you a final score on that game or some bonus coverage. Morgan is up 27-7 over Crimson. That's the big shocker when the defending champs go on the road. And I knew Morgan was a perennial powerhouse. They had a little down year because they were young last year, got some experience. They're going to be a threat in 3A this year, but that is a little bit of a surprise to say the least. Manti Pineview, last report, I think that was 28-21. Richfield Cedar was a 2-point Richfield lead last report in that game. And Desert Hills at the half was down 14-13. So keep an eye on those scores. The only score we might not have a final for before we sign off on the radio side later tonight inside the Region 9 wrap-up show is probably that Desert Hills Faith Lutheran game. That's just starting the second half as we speak. That game did not start till 8 o'clock Mountain Time.
Yeah, they're a little bit later there as they were playing in Las Vegas, so they still had that West Coast Pacific time. So we'll see what that ends up being. But again, just one of those nights I think all around for Region Night. A really big eye-opener.
If Desert Hills can't come back and win, they're only down 1. And if Snow Canyon can't hang on and win, they're up 3. Region 9, and if Cedar loses, they're down 2. Potentially Region 9 could start 0-7 this year.
Yeah, it'd be a rough beat. And again, that's kind of the things you got to keep an eye out for, because as good as this region is, everybody wants to test themselves in the preseason and try to go get the biggest, baddest team. Well, at the end of week 1, everybody might find themselves in the same place.
So, yeah, a couple close ones that we'll keep an eye on. That's going to do it for our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Not going to get any coaches' comments tonight. Brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Now through the end of August, $46 into summer special. It is fantastic right now. They just had the Region 9 golf tournament out there yesterday. I was talking with somebody that was out there playing today. I played out there last Saturday. It is as good a shape as it has been in a long, long time. The greenskeeper has done an incredible job. Marco Leone, the staff out there, affordable and very, very fantastic. From tees to fairways to greens, call 435-688-1700 at coralcanyongolf.com and book online and get that end of summer special. Final thoughts here as the Flyers lose at 41-13 to Springville.
Just happy to be back. It was a long season, long off summer, but hey, we're here now and we got everybody back, and Region 9 football is ready to roll.
Appreciate all of our great sponsors. You'll be hearing them throughout the year. And again, this was game 1 of about 26 regular season games we'll be bringing you on the fansportsnetwork.com and on the radio. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll segue out of our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show, and we'll get you into the Region 9 recap show. Brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Down East, Bucks Ace Hardware, among other great local partners. Again, the final, 41-13. Springville grabs the victory thanks to AWP, Jersey Mike's, Findlay Subaru, some of our awards here inside of our post-game show. Great job to Sebastian running our camera tonight, Gavin Canardi on the production on the television side tonight. We've had a great time bringing you the coverage. Can't wait till next week. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Friday night, and we say good night. Stick around on radio, though. Recap show coming up next on the Fan Sports Network.